Hello again, everyone. I am going to talk about today, can you trust Trump? So there have been people that have posted on some of my earlier videos, sort of, just like encouraging us, like, could you just relax and just have some trust and see what Trump does? See how things play out, kind of, I guess, like lulling us into some sense of, you know, maybe doubting our own intelligence. And, kind of, in some ways, I think kind of it's a bit of gaslighting, that, you're making too big of a deal and be more spiritual and just trust the unfolding here. And so, what do I have to say about can you trust Trump? Well, I would first like to go back to a lesson that I learned back when I was doing Buddhist Project Sunshine, which was the very successful justice activism that I did in 2018, where I formed a project and worked with a fantastic group of volunteers, including an amazing, amazing professional investigator, where in 1 year we exposed the leader of what may have been the most influential global Tibetan Buddhist community as a sexual predator. So, my strategic consultant at the Toronto Rape Crisis Center, her name was and is Carlene, a very wise woman, and this was such a gift to be able to work with her. She explained to me that a lot of people see trust as either you can trust someone or you can't trust someone. And that was certainly the way that I felt up until that day. She explained to me that trust has all these shades of gray. It's not that you can always like trust someone and you can always not trust someone. She said the key is you figure out what you can trust someone to do. And she gave me a simple example. She said she had a friend who, whenever they made a lunch date, the friend always came late. And so she realized she could trust her friend to always be late. And so once she knew that she could trust her friend to always be late, then she could decide how she would deal with that. Like, would she just take a book and just read while she waited for her friend to come? Would she lay down a line with her friend and say, look, you know, I'm not willing to just wait for whenever you feel like coming in the future. I am willing to wait 10 minutes. If you're not there by then, I'm going to leave. So, it once you know what you can trust with someone, then it opens up these opportunities that you can then decide how you're going to respond. And I really like this because this really takes us out of sort of this black and white world of, can you trust this person or can you not trust this person? And so when we turn that lens to Trump, I think that we have some sense of what we can trust with Trump. So in that way, yes, we trust Trump. We trust him to lie. We trust him to be coming from a place of um, wanting attention on him and for him to be feeling powerful and very loved and adored by his supporters. We can trust that he will be heartless when he sees that he can do something that is going to get him more of what he wants. Uh, we can trust that he has no sense of really right or wrong. So there's a lot of things that we can say that we can trust around Trump. So I think that it's really about our willingness to see. Are we going to just shut our eyes and try to pretend nothing's going on or, whatever? Or are we willing to see? And again, I know that I'm preaching to the converted here. You wouldn't be here unless you are looking. You want to see. You're willing to see, even though it's painful to see. You're willing to see. So I'm just looking at these notes that I prepared. And I will just speak from my experience of what I see in Trump. And I know that others of you will definitely have much more light to bring to this. But when I watch Trump talking in the media, I feel that he has this energetic, like the energy that I feel is of him spreading excrement on a wall and saying that's freedom, that's empowerment. So that is the energetic experience that I have when I see him speak. I know that Trump has numerous allegations against him, including allegations of sexual assault. And certainly when I did my activism with Buddhist Project Sunshine, I witnessed how a man in power and the circle of people around him in power, because they have so much invested in keeping that man in power. That circle may be even more dangerous than the man himself. So that man in power, the circle around the man in power, they will use brute force to quash any any kinds of allegations. I mean, we can expect that. They do not want to be caught for what they're doing, and so they will use their power to silence anything. And so they can have a lot of power. And I think that we all know that our justice system is not perfect, and that there are things systemically built into the justice system that also disempower victims of crime. So I feel that it's important for us to have this level of awareness about what kind of unfeeling violence Trump is capable of, and that he loves this spotlight of adoration from his followers. So that is trusting Trump. So for me, the President of the United States is ideally going to be coming from a space of being connected with their heart, a place of intelligent love, and the heart of their mission is creating more peace, more harmony, and more well-being for the people of the United States. Like that is what I expect the President of the United States to be coming from. Trump seems to be more interested in stirring up emotions and violence and getting to feel powerful. That seems to be his mission. And for me, that is, and I'm sure for you, not true leadership. And in fact, it's dangerous leadership. So at this point, I just really encourage us to trust what we know. Trust what you know. Don't let anybody try to guilt trip you or make you feel bad so that you doubt what you know. Just don't let it happen. You are you are a self-empowered being, and really I'm just here to remind you of that. And so this is a time for developing your self-empowerment and also empowerment in community. Developing the empowerment of our communities is going to be very important at this time. Community can really create a buffer for getting through the really hard moments in the journey. So community is important. And the last thing that I had here in my notes is I really encourage you to watch my video from last week where I talk about the film called Power. It is a very empowering story, and I really believe that it has some guidance for us for how we can be preparing ourselves now, empowering ourselves now for the journey that we have ahead. So please do check out my video from last week on the NFB film called Power. So I will wrap this video up here. As always, I really love your comments. So please, anything that touched you here or anything that caused you to think of something, please share it in the comments. This is a community dialogue, and it's really important that we're bringing in other pieces of the puzzle, other facets of the gem into this discussion, so that we are clearer, and also we are more cohesive together. Like once you are adding in your perspective on it, it's just creating more of a cohesive community here. So please do share what your thoughts are after watching this. And I will leave things here. I deeply love and respect all of you, and I will see you in the next video.